Hi everyone, I'm Angelfire and welcome back explorers to my Halloween nights. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, tonight is day 22 of my Halloween nights. And oh wow, cemeteries are usually something that is brought up a lot during the October or Halloween season. A lot of people loved to, well, I can't really say love, but some people do visit cemeteries quite often to visit loved ones that have passed away. And others, well, like to visit cemeteries just because. However, tonight's game we will be playing is called Cemetary Mary. And it is a visual novel, but unlike the ones I really like to play, this one does not seem to have any other gameplay elements aside from choosing which direction the visual novel will go, per se. So, with that said, I'm going to mention there will be a warning that comes right after the title screen of the game. So be sure to listen to that warning, and I'll also note that if anything comes up that you can't handle or any subject matter, you may wish to avoid this episode of my Halloween nights. So, without further ado, let's begin Cemetery Mary. Let's begin the game. Warning! This game contains themes and depictions of the following: stalking, kidnapping, strong language, which will be self-edited by me, mild drugs, alcohol and smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, and potentially loud noises. Discretion is advised. So, if any of the warnings are potentially disturbing for you, you may wish to avoid this night's Halloween nights. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one they certainly deserved. If it If only it had come later in their lifetime. And maybe it could have been prevented if there wasn't a murderer in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they call them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they're dead. I heard it's a ghost, blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe any of that. At least, not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone, staying until it closed, walking home by myself in the dark. Even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything, but that is to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target, but I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. So they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far, at least not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Allen City to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave. But every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went, to make them feel better. For the first few weeks everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore. And when I did, I was always with somebody, taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, I never thought that I, or someone I knew, would be a victim. Then, that thing happened. To those two. And, for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they had suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did. Your parents are safe. Mary. Ah, I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. The light's on outside. Is Proven out there? Better go check. Mary. So, what is the question I should ask? What are you doing out here? It's raining. You're out here? Oh. Ruben, I finished dinner. Come inside. You're out here. Where's the aunt and uncle? Quit it, Mary. Oh, quit it. Mary, how many times do I have to tell you? They went to hell. Okay. What are you doing out here? It's raining. I can see that it's raining, Mary. Okay, so I guess I need to... Ruben, I finished dinner. Come inside. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. Ruben. All the food is cold. I know. I fell asleep after I made it, so... I just wanted to take a seat in the living room, but... It's fine. I'm not complaining. Other than that, we didn't say much, and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Kroven helped a little bit. After that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him, like usual. Normally after dinner, when Kroven and I sit here together, we do something fun. We play a game on our phones together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still... Kroven's been in a pretty bad mood since. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he is much in the mood to talk. Attempt conversation or go to bed. Attempt conversation? Crow, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist number, you know. Robin? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe... Shut up, Mary. Just shut up, Rory. Can't I be bitter over it? Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? Thought you knew about this stuff better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy, smiling, and stuff. Can't you just stop trying to talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get on with your own life. And then you'll stop worrying so much over my... Sorry. I think I ended up making Kroven more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Kroven angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed to my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. The room I have in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in the actual home. But I've stayed here so long, I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop, or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that's happened in my life. But as of recent, I picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. The text message I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Your parents are safe, it had said. I knew I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody, but instead, I texted the number back, and they responded to me. I noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't. I've noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I'm awake whenever you want to talk. Okay. Are my parents still alright? Yes. I am keeping a careful eye on them. How can I be so sure you even have them? What if you're just trying to prank me? Why would I do that? Because I'm hoping it's a prank? I'm sorry. It isn't a prank. I can promise that it's all real. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry. You don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Seriously, you freak me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Till then, goodbye. Goodbye. They suggested that I get some rest. But how do they expect me to do that? I had never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep, I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up the next morning, Kroven had already left for the day. But that wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since then. Ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad, after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but it isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. At the end of the trail, there's a fence. One with a slight gap in it. And past that fence, there's a little community. It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood. So whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. And that's where I'll end this particular Let's Play. Well, Cemetary Mary is not quite what I was expecting for a visual novel that I usually play. There's a lot more text, so I had to read a lot more than just watching the screen. So, yes, there's a lot of text, and there's also some animation, but, depending on how many comments and likes I get for Cemetary Mary, or if I just feel like it, I may come back to Cemetary Mary at a later time for a proper Let's Play or whatever. But for tomorrow, in honor of the fact that Cemetary Mary is around graveyards and stuff, I'll use my Ghost Girl costume. And oh, the actual names that I have for them, for my VTuber costumes, will be revealed at the end of my Halloween Nights series for this year. But with all that said, I think I'm going to leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, happy Halloween, and, as always, be true to you. Mena Angelfire, signing out.